Hello students, welcome to the class. Hope you all are doing well at your home. Student, today I am going to tell you a story. Do you like the story? Today I tell a story from your supplementary book, that is It So Happened. And it's the first story of your supplementary book, and the story is about a camel. And the name of this story is How the camel got the hump. So the story is how the camel got the hump, and it's written by none other than Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling. See, students, Rudyard Kipling is very famous among the children. Rudyard Kipling was born in Bombay in 1865. He completed his education at United Services College in England and returned to India in 1882. He was a prolific writer. He quickly achieved fame as a short story writer. He is the man who gave us the character that we all love. And can you guess the character? Yes, that is Mowgli. In 1894, published his famous book, that's the Jungle Book, and it became a children's classic all over the world. So today we will read a story. I am going to tell you a story written by the writer Rudyard Kipling. So let's listen the story. In the beginning, when the world was new and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. He ate sticks and thorns and prickles, and when anybody spoke to him, he said, "Humph, just humph, and no more." Presently, the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back and said, "Camel, oh camel, come out and trot like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the horse went away and told the man. Presently, the dog came to him with a stick in his mouth and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the dog went away and told the man. Presently, the ox came to him with the yoke on his neck and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and plow like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the ox went away and told the man. At the end of the day, the man called the horse, the dog, and the ox together and said,
3. Oh 3, I am very sorry for you. But the hump thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I am going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it. That made the three very angry, and they held a panchayat on the edge of the desert. And the camel came chewing cud and laughed at them. Then he said, "Humph," and went away again. Presently there came along the jinn who was in charge of all desert, rolling in a cloud of dust. "Jinn of all desert," said the horse, "is it right for anyone to be idle?" "Certainly not," said the jinn. "Well," said the horse, "there's a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot." "Whew," said the jinn, bristling. "That's my camel. What does he say about it?" "He says hump, and he won't plow," said the ox. "Very good," said the jinn. "I will hump him if you will kindly wait a minute." The jinn rolled himself up in the dust cloak and took a walk across the desert and found the camel looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. "My friend," said the jinn, "what's this? I hear of your doing no work." The jinn sat down with his chin in his hand while the camel looked at his own reflection in the pool of water. "You have given the 3 extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your idleness," said the jinn, and he went on thinking with his chin in his hand. "Humph," said the camel. "I should not say that again if I were you," said the jinn. "You might say it once too often. I want you to work." And the camel said, "Hump," again. But no sooner he had said it than he saw his back, and he was so proud of puffing up into a great big hump. "Do you see that?" said the jinn. "That's your very own hump that you have brought upon your very own self by not working. Today is Thursday, and you have done no work since Monday, when the work began. Now you are going to work." "How can I," said the camel, "with this hump on my back?" "That has a purpose," said the jinn. "All because you missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating, because you can live on your own hump. And don't you ever say I never did anything for you. Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave." And the camel went away to join the tree. And from that day to this, the camel always wears a hump. But he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world. And he has never yet learned how to behave.
So student, have you seen the story how the camel got his hump is a very humorous and fictional story. It's not real. Actually, it's a fictional story. The story began in the past when our world had just formed. In those days, animals had just started to work for humans. And when all animals were working for humans on Monday, but there was an animal, that is camel, who was lying alone in the desert and was not doing any work. It was for 3 days, and the camel did not even start his work. Seeing this, the horse with a saddle on its back came to the camel and said, "Camel, come out and trot." Here trot means walk. You can say movement of a horse. Walk like us. Camel was a lazy. He was very lazy animal, and he replied, "Hum." The annoyed horse went away. Now a dog came with a stick in his mouth. He was given the work to find sticks and carry them. The camel's answer in response to the dog was the same, and his reply was always same, "Hum." Now an ox came with a yoke on his neck, and ox suggested the camel, come and go out and work on the farm like me." The answer of the camel was the same, the hum. Now all three animals, that the horse, the dog and the ox, after the end of the day went to the man and told the incident. The man said, "Saying hum will not work. Since the camel had not come, you three will have to compensate for the loss of work." On hearing this, all three animals became annoyed, and now all three animals were angry on the camel, and they brought a panchayat under the jinn. And the jinn tried to convince the camel for work. But what happened? The camel knew no manner. The camel replied with the same word, hum. Jinn tried again and again and said, "You have not worked since Monday, and now it is Thursday. You will have to work for 3 extra days." The camel's answer was only the hum. Camel was looking into his image in the river. Jinn came and made a hump on his back. Jinn now said, "You always say hump. Now you will live with the hump always." The camel came into senses and said in stress, "With his hump on my neck, how will I work?" Jinn consoled. Jinn consoled. The hump has a purpose. You work for 3 extra days. This hump will provide you food for 3 days. So come out of the desert and start your work. Now the camel came out of the desert and started working. He now say hum instead of hump. So the camel won't feel bad. But the camel still has not learned how to behave, and his 3 days extra work is still pending. And according to the curse, that's why you can still see him with a hump on his back. So the moral of the story is, with the humorous tale, the author actually wanted to tell us that no one don't like the person who don't do anything or any work. So we should work hard, isn't it? It's a fictitious story, as I told you earlier. It's not really the reason why the camel got a hump. Now student, we will see some word meanings. Okay, now first one, howling desert. Howling desert means a desert where you can hear the howling sound of both animals and wind. Desert where can hear howling sounds of both animals and wind. Desert where can hear howling sound of both animals and wind. Next, prickles. Here, prickles means a small sharp points that stick out from leaves. The tender points that stick out from the leaves or from the stalks of plants. Okay? A small sharp points, small sharp point that stick out small sharp points that stick out from leaves. Okay. So now we will see another word, that is presently. Presently. Presently means you can say at present. At present. Now the another word, that is saddle. S-A-D-D-L-E. Here, saddle. Saddle means seat that's usually made of leather. Seat that usually made of leather, and we use it while riding a horse. Use on a horse while riding it. A seat usually made of leather, and we use on a horse while riding it. Okay, now we will see some other words. Now next word is trot. Trot. Here trot means you can say the movement of animals like a horse. Movement or walking style. Walking style of animals, especially horse. Okay. Movement or walking style of animal, especially horse. Now the another one, D-J-E-R-T. G-I-N-N. Here see, this is jinn. Pronunciation of this word is jinn. Here D is silent. Jinn is a spirit. You can say it's a spirit that has a supernatural power that can assume any form like human or animal. It's a spirit that has supernatural power. Okay, a spirit that has supernatural powers. It has a power to assume any form like human or animals, anything. Okay, now here is another word. I will hump him. Here I will hump him means I will set him rightly. It means I will make him understand rightly. Okay, I will set him rightly. I will hump him. I will set him rightly. Now the another word, that is yoke. Yoke. Yoke means students, here yoke means a wooden bar that is tied over the neck of two animals, especially cattle. Okay, it means wooden bar tied over the neck of cattle. Okay, now the another one, that is curd. Here curd, or you can say curd the chew. It means the partially digested food that return from the stomach of the ruminating animals to the mouth for further chewing. Have you seen like cow and camel, this type of animals, buffaloes, they cut the chew. It means they partially first digested their first food, partially digested the food, then again they take back this food and they chew the food finally. That's called the curd. It means partially digested food. Partially digested food which returned back and they again chewed the food. So students, hope you enjoyed the story. I will be back with a new topic. Till then, take care of yourself and be safe and stay healthy. Thank you.